The cheapest and best way to make this run work and still make me a little bit of scratch. The best time to drive through Chicago, Milwaukee at dawn, and some fireworks even on the dash cam, and figuring out my life on this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and furry studio audience. That is Rusty, the world famous Meatball Dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Here it is early, Monday morning, the 4th of July, Independence Day. Ho ho, happy, happy, fireworks and all that. I planned out 4 different routes for the best way and the cheapest way to get this load up to the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. And the cheapest way, unfortunately, was to go straight up through Chicago, avoiding all the tollways, running Highway 41, I-94 up to 41 until you hit Wisconsin. Where now I can at least drive a decent speed again. The sun's starting to come up, as you can see. Perfect time to drive. That is the best time to drive through Chicago, either early Sunday morning or on a holiday morning like today. There were a few drunks out there weaving around, as to be expected. A few idiots in ass wagons, but nothing I can really catch on video in the dark very well. Anyway, so, but a great time to drive up because hardly any traffic. Or for the Chicago area, at least, where there's usually tons and tons of traffic. So that was nice. So if you got to drive up through Chicago, that's the time to do it when there's hardly any traffic, which is not very often. I've run into traffic jams at 1 a.m. and stuff on a weekday. But being a holiday today, worked out pretty well. So here we are in Wisconsin now. I'm going to try to make it up as far as I can and get as close as I can. Well, decently, with a good place to park. There's a lot of Kwik Trips in Wisconsin that have good truck parking, so we're probably going to be doing one of those. This stretch of I-94 is finally all completed. They've been working on it for years. I think they finished it sometime about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I just remember when I used to work for well companies, driving up here all the time.
1.5 miles. Take exit 317 on the right to I-41 north.
Thank you, Garmin. I keep forgetting to mute that when I'm recording. Anyway, it was just such a mess. Now it's a real nice roadway. And they got this great little quick tunnel you go through here that will take you just a few minutes to stay on 94. Well, actually, no, to jump over to 43, 41, I don't know. If we go across, it is 94 as well. Making our way over towards Madison. Anyway, had a good 4th of July. Got to meet Mark Cerrone, one of my subscribers. We talked about a lot of different stuff. Got to go out to a great dinner last night. Here's where the restaurant we went to. In Lisbon, Ohio. Had a steak, baby. It was a beautiful thing. And we went to this great pizza place for lunch today. So that was real nice. Talked about the future and all that. Trucking. He's a driver. And I'll reveal and talk more about that in future episodes. That's all I can say right now. But anyway, gotta sleep in.
Either of the 2 right lanes, then take the exit to I-41 north.
Alright, so I'm in the right lanes, okay. But here comes that little bridge thing, or tunnel thing coming up, which is kind of cool. So, I had plenty of time to kill this weekend. Got the truck washed at the Brookville Hurricane Truck Wash. It's an automatic truck wash.
3/4 mile. Keep left to I-43 north, then keep left.
Just like your automatic car wash, except it's made for trucks, which is cool. So, it doesn't do the best job, but it's half the price of a Blue Beacon or an Eagle truck wash. That's the nice part about it. So I'll show you some video of that here in just a little bit. And yeah, for the one guy, Kirk, I think's your name, who keeps criticizing me, saying, wash your damn truck.
Keep left to I-43 north, then keep left.
I've got to remember to start muting that thing when I record. It's annoying as hell. But anyway. So.
Any of the 3 left lanes.
took advantage of my time this weekend and had some fun. Got some good food, got to relax. Oh wait, we got some fireworks while I was driving on video last night. So, not sure how...
on the current road.
Oh my god, I'm going to kill her. Not sure how well I can get it to show up on video, but I'll try to show you some of that if I can zoom in enough. It looks really cool while you're driving, but you know, on the wide angle lens on the dash cam, it still looks pretty far away. But I'll see if I can get something to show you, because that's kind of fun. And I always like driving over a 4th of July or near a holiday, because I tend to drive at night a lot more in the summer months, and so I get to drive along and see a lot of different fireworks displays. It's actually kind of cool. So that was that neat little tunnel thing. And now we're heading towards Madison. And, well, it's going as far as we can. I'm going to drive about another, probably 4 hours this morning. Decided to do it all in one longer drive today, and then take a nice long break before I deliver tomorrow morning. Alright, for those of you complaining I needed to wash my truck, well, there it is. That's after the hurricane truck wash. It's an automatic one, doesn't do the best job, but trailer looks so much cleaner, truck looks so much cleaner, and at least I got most of that grime off of there, at least you can see from that side. There's another angle for you. And now the diamond plate's all shining up there on the fairings, and I think everything looks pretty good. Here's a shot of me parked at Mark's house, and you can see how pretty it looks. Yeah. Before I get into the meat of this video, which is going to be what the hell am I going to do with my life, while I was driving, yeah, I did get some, you know, fireworks going off all over. This is kind of cool. And I'm going to see what I can come up with here for you on the dash cam to show you some neat fireworks stuff that I was able to catch while driving across Ohio last night. So there you go. Yeah, here I am in Wilson, Wisconsin at a Kwik Trip, and I can honestly say this is a rarity. I've never been to this Kwik Trip before. I've never stopped here just to get some supplies, go to the bathroom or whatever, and never stayed overnight here. How about that? So I've never been to this Kwik Trip in Wilson, Wisconsin. Love the Kwik Trips though, because they have those great pre-made meals. I bought a couple when I got here. I got the spaghetti and meatballs, baby, meatballs, and I got the, they had the chicken, bacon, mac and cheese thing, which is just a beautiful thing. Got a couple more of those Don's sausage and pepperoni pizzas. They're only like $3-4 a piece. And bought some milk, because my milk had expired, so I needed some new milk. I love the Kwik Trips. They're more like a grocery store. They have more stuff in them. I wish they were all over the country. Unfortunately, they're only mainly in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, parts of Iowa, and that's about it. And they're not even in all of those states, mainly over Minnesota and Wisconsin. But they're great places. Whenever I come through, I stock up, baby. All right, so here it is. Yeah, the 4th of July. I deliver tomorrow morning, the 5th. This was a long weekend because of the holiday. In Cottage Grove, Minnesota, which is just south of St. Paul. And I learned a valuable lesson this morning. I took a load. Bo called me the other day about the next load that he was giving me that goes from Cold Spring, Minnesota, the Cold Spring Brewery, where they make Monster beverage, going down to Mooresville, North Carolina. And I've taken that run many times before. And even shortly after I came back out of the house after the remodel, back in March, I had one or two of those. I know coming up and down out of Cold Spring Brewery. They're a good place to go because they let you stay on the property. If you're 6 hours early or 6 hours late, they still take you. They're quick about loading, and the load's always paid enough. At least it even did back in March, where I covered the running the truck and gave me a little bit of scratch. Well, the rates have gone down on that. I went ahead and accepted it based on everything I knew from history and running those loads before, and I shouldn't have done that. So learned a valuable lesson. So once I figured it all out this morning, as I was on my way here, I realized again, here I am going to be running a load for free. And I said before, I'm never going to do that again, and I certainly didn't intend to do it again. But here I am doing it again because it's my fault. I admit that. It takes a big man to admit when he's wrong. I am not a big man. But yeah, I'm admitting I was wrong. I should have told Bo, let me do the math on this. Because he did say, well, it doesn't pay as good as it did a little while ago. But this broker, Echo Global's always paid generally better than other brokers. And I've done the load before, and it's always given me enough to make some money. Well, it's not this time. Because the rates are so poor everywhere that it's plummeted as well. So now it's not a good load anymore. And I have only 2 days to make it all down to Mooresville, North Carolina. I've got to avoid Chicago to avoid all the tolls, because of course that would be against me, but that's also more miles. So I kind of lose either way. I either run more miles, or I run through Chicago with all the tolls on a weekday, which is just going to be worse because there's traffic up the... So it's worth it to pay about the same money as running through with all the tolls as to avoid the tolls and at least make a little bit better time. Because I got to be down there. I pick up Tuesday. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm hoping, it's not scheduled till 8 p.m. I'm hoping they'll load me early because I got to be in North Carolina by noon on Thursday. And it's going to be about 1,400 miles. Well, do the math. That's 2 700-mile days. Those are full days, baby. So, and this one is not going to pay me a damn thing. I'm not happy about it, and I can't keep doing this. If you watch my last video, I told you what my last 3 paychecks were. Just a few hundred here and there. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then the $4,100 I had to pay to fix the trailer with all that debacle that happened. I'm bleeding, baby. I'm bleeding hard. Just take a knife and frickin' cut my veins open. I mean, oh my God. I'm bleeding hard. Something major has got to change in my life. I can't keep doing this. Now, granted, part of what's killing me is I still I've owed Turquoise a whole bunch of money from all the time I was off because I was still active as a driver, so I still had to pay the weekly stuff I have to pay them every week, which is about $300 a week. Well, that all added up. I've been paying it off slowly. It's been over 3 months, but I still owe them like $2,900. And that's been part of the reason my checks have been lower, and it hasn't been pretty. We as humans are going to screw up. We do it all the time. And had I knew what I know now, I would have simply quit when I went home to do the remodel. So I wouldn't have racked up all these charges, and I didn't think it was going to take that long. But I say I love my remodel. I still have yet to do the full tour, but it's a beautiful thing. And I certainly want to be able to keep trucking because it's now a more comfortable lifestyle here that I have a little mini apartment. But I still owe them money. So that's bad. Not to mention, I'm not getting paid very well now. So I'm just, and then, all these repairs and the trailer thing, which was just out of the blue. I mean, you can't predict that. I'm bleeding hard. So something's got to change. I've got a couple of irons in the fire, things I'm working on. I can't really reveal much more on that now, but the main decision I have made, I used to have Hazmat on my license. I've got every endorsement on my license right now except for Hazmat. I've got the doubles, I've got triples, not that I ever plan to pull them. I've got the tanker endorsement, which I need for this load I'm on right now, with these giant totes full of liquid. You have to have a tanker endorsement for that. I've still got my passenger endorsement from my days of driving the bus, driving coal miners to work. I've kept that on there. I've got everything. The only thing I let drop off last time I renewed my license was the Hazmat, because you have to go redo the background check with the government. That's money. The fingerprints, the background check, and you got to retake the Hazmat test. So I let that drop off because Turquoise Trucking is not Hazmat certified. But what I've decided is the only way I can foresee in the near future to get better rates than are out there right now, because there's too many people out, there's too many drivers out there right now. And if you keep hearing about driver shortage, that's bullshit. There's no driver shortage. There's too many trucks right now. Too many just guys doing dry vans. And too many of them are stupid and can't do math. That's why their rates have plummeted so badly. And they keep taking these loads and they're not making money. So it's hurting everybody. So what I've determined I've got to do is get my Hazmat back on my license. I've got to get my fingerprints done again, get the background check done again with the government, take the test again, and get that back on my license, because those are the only rates right now that are paying more and what I need to make to run this truck, pay the insurance, pay everything else, and still be able to bring a little bit of money home. I know it's not going to be as good as it was last year or the year before, but I can't keep losing money like I am now. There's no point. Would you stay away from home, not see your family, and lose money? Would you show up to your job if every, other week they're like, oh, by the way, we're not going to be able to pay it all this week, and you owe us money? You wouldn't put up with that. Why should I put up with that? I'm not gonna, not anymore. So that's the decision I've made. So I've got to get that back on my license. And unfortunately, Turquoise Trucking is not a Hazmat certified carrier. And they're not gonna be. Which means I'm gonna have to leave Turquoise. And I'm gonna have to find a Hazmat carrier so I can get the better rates, take advantage of my license and my time and my effort, and try to make some decent money. So that's the major decision I've made for my life. So basically the moral of the story is, yeah, you can bitch and complain about how lousy the rates are, how bad your life is, yada yada yada, but if you're not willing to do anything about it, then you can't keep complaining. I am willing to do something about it, and this is what I've determined is the best move I can make for me and my family to try to still stay in trucking and still make money. I've got to go back, get my Hazmat back on my license, and start pulling Hazmat loads, because they're paying better. The pool of available Hazmat drivers is much smaller. All comes down to supply and demand. The demand is still where it has been, but the supply is down of drivers. Therefore, we can command the better rates on Hazmat loads. And if I want to stay in trucking, I think this is what I have to do. This is the move I've got to make to be able to still make a living doing this. Otherwise, it's parking the truck, getting a local job, and I really don't want to have to do that. Not after spending all this time and money and effort on my remodel. So, I'm trying to be active. I'm not trying to keep complaining about how lousy it is, because it is lousy, and I've been complaining about it. But unlike some people who are just going to keep complaining and think, life and the government and somebody owes them something, I'm not willing to sit there and keep waiting for that to happen. I'm going to be proactive and do what I need to do to take care of me and my family. And I think getting my Hazmat back on my license, being certified again to pull Hazmat loads, and where we can command the better money, that's going to be the best move for me. So the next coming weeks, I'm going to try to make that happen one way or another. So stay tuned as we deal with all that. Yeah, it's harder to make life-changing decisions like that as you get older. But, you know, it's not like my parents' years where you had a job out of college and you had that job until you retired. This is my second career now. I was in radio for years, and now I'm in trucking. And now I'm going to have to change it a little bit if I want to try to stay in it and still make a living at it. Right? Need to keep you in begging strips after all. Well, thank God for Junior. Keep sending you more begging strips. Oh, and Junior he sent something else to the house, by the way. My wife took a picture of it. Look at this. Yeah, so I can put my smartphone on my bike when I'm out doing little rides. Isn't that cool? Junior, you the man, man. You're helping out big time. That's really cool. I'm really going to be excited to use that. It's waiting for me at the house when I get back home. I still have a Dairy Queen gift card from him that I haven't used yet. And he gave me a PetSmart gift card. Right after I got Rusty groomed, of course, that day. It came in later that day, so I couldn't use it to pay the groomer then, but next time he needs to be groomed, once every 3 months, then I'll be using that gift card too. Junior, thanks so much. So anyway, life-changing stuff. You hate to have to deal with that at 55, but that's what you got to do, so putting the big boy pants on and making those big life decisions, because that's what we got to do, baby. You can't just sit and complain forever. Get proactive and take over your life. And that's what I'm trying to do, right? Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please like and comment. Get your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes a few days because I am a working truck driver. Ring the bell for notifications so you know when the new videos come out. Right, there's Clutch Trucker at Instagram, Clutch Trucker at Twitter, and as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. My name is Dejour Delioche. Oh, can you spell that? I don't think so. Try it with a D. So you're from our foreign office? Yes, I just came in from Budapest. Oh, hungry? No, thank you. I had a falafel for lunch. Engine ready, and there it goes. Oh, it's behind you. It bounced off your butt. There you go. And why? Because he's a big and strip dog. He's a big and strip dog. Sometimes he eats too fast and he starts to cough. He's a big and strip dog. I've been meaning to work on a verse for this thing, so we'll try to do that before the next video. Thanks to that subscriber who sang it for us last time. That was cool. Yep, he's getting a couple. Gotta take care of Rusty. He takes care of me. Calms me down. Oh yeah, just loving that, aren't you? Just loving it. Loving it. A little bit more down there, buddy. There you go. Alright, I think you got it. Happy dog look. Oh, there's a couple little pieces. Get them. Alright, Rusty. Happy dog look. Come on. Up here. Come on, buddy. Yeah, you got it. Rusty. Hello? Hello?